Hello, this is Polina, Salesforce developer, and will help you today to start with deployment via change sets. If you are experiencing that, just don't continue watching, but if you are just starting, this is exactly for you. I will show you deployment from partial to production, like from lower org to bigger, and we'll show you what components can be deployed, how it will happen, what the process is. So let's go. This is partial org opened. You see partial, and I have opened classic view because I find it more convenient. But this is just my personal preference. So here we go to setup and writing change sets outbound new change set. Here you can find also some information about that. So test change set 1, like version 1, and some description. Save. And here is your change set. You can now add some components here, like everything what you need: classes, pages, lightning, objects, fields, record types, page layouts, custom metadata, custom settings, plenty of things. And here you can see relate list opened. You see, with everything with quite a lot of things. So Apex classes will be here. You find these classes, for example. I prepared just on most popular components. I prepared a few examples so you see how it is organized. So you are choosing the needed and adding to change set. Then again, add something new. VisualForce page. This would be named like VisualForce page. Again, finding changes, finding pages, add it. Then in the same way you can find here, let's go from top to the bottom. So what are being used? Apex triggers, approval processes, our component bundle. This is for lightning. Yeah, by the way, here we can go deeper. So if you have been working already with lightning, or anyway you will get acquainted later, you will learn that there are various lightning elements. So there can be a lightning component, lightning application, lightning event, interface, token, but everything is related to our component bundle here, because each of them is not just one file but a bundle of files, and everything will be included here. So if you, for example, for one lightning component you have lightning HTML, JS, another JS, CSS, everything will be included here because this is a bunch of files. So these can be included. Let's see the next ones. We've stopped on our component bundle. Okay, so auth provider, something for authentication, button or links. This is something what you can configure on your objects, like custom buttons or custom links, custom everything can be deployed here. Then what else? Compact layout for mobile. Custom fields, important custom metadata type. This is just metadata type like an object. We'll get to this. Okay, let's get to this here. So here is custom metadata, but we will get back to it again. Because custom metadata, if you open this, you see that this is just metadata type. But if we go into manage custom metadata, we see a few records, and they can be also deployed because they are like system configurations. If you go here and search now, here is the name of your custom metadata. Here you will find your records, so also can be added. Then where have we stopped? Custom notifications, custom objects for sure, yes. Custom objects. Custom objects, of course, custom fields to them, custom labels, custom permission is something not the same as permission set, but still custom permission. Report types. Your list of metadatas will be there according to alphabetical order. Then document duplicate rules, email services, email templates. Field mapping, flows definitions, global value sets, groups, lightning something, list views, named credentials, page layouts, permission sets groups, record types, remote sites, reports, roles, blah blah blah. So tabs, validation rules, validation components, validation rules, VisualForce components, VisualForce pages, workflows, rules, tasks, outbound, every type of workflows, rules, and so on. What I haven't seen here, okay, roles, yeah, so everything can be added, like plenty of things can be added. And what can it be added with change sets? Records. If you have created plenty of records, accounts, leads, contacts, products, blah blah blah, all the rest, you cannot deploy them because they are not metadata. Change sets and package deployments, so everything except SOAP API, they deploy only metadata or configurations like system configurations, system elements. Records are not system elements. So here, for example, you won't find also if you have some custom setting, you won't find here a way to deploy your custom setting values. So if we go here, we do find custom setting. Let me show you. Custom setting, here it is. If I also will open it, so let's for now add that. If we also open it, here you can see some values. So on default organization level something, and on, yeah, just related to user, but we cannot deliver them because they are like more configurations per org, not relevant for delivery. Not the same as metadata. So metadata is organized with list view, and they are configurations just that can be delivered. So that's the difference between them. Also, alright, so generally you can just go through this list and find what is relevant for you, what you need to deploy, or Google what you need to deploy, and you will definitely find it here. Also, what you cannot deploy, we've stopped on that. So records, then some standard objects and fields you cannot deliver because they are just not here. If you saw, there were only there was only custom object and custom fields. So if you are talking about lead status or something, I don't know, product name, just whatever standard, it won't be available here. But luckily for us, if we are changing these values, we can do some modifications and deliver it via package deployment or API deployment. This is something what I will cover in the next video. So, alright, what can it be delivered more? Lead processes, default value set, standard value sets. Yeah. If we go here, what we have here again? We have add profiles. If we can deliver permission sets from that list, the profiles are available here, and you can deliver either standard ones. So you just select them. So custom or standards, you can all of them add. There are some considerations about deployment profile, but this is something what I will also cover separately. Now let's not go deeper into that. Alright, what else we see here? View add dependencies. This is something also quite good, but only on small environments with small number of elements, because if you have a rather big environment, it just collects everything what is there, somehow related to what you collected before. So Salesforce collects here list of components that are related to your components that you have already included. For example, if you include an object, it will write here everything about this object. So fields, list views, page layouts, record types, all classes, everything. And when you have a very big list of items, it doesn't have any ability to filter. That's why it will include it here, and usually this size of amounts just goes by hundreds and hundreds. So not really good for the search. I find it not very good. So yeah, but here in our case, as this was a fresh org and I've just created some components, some elements for exactly for this video. Here are not that much of them, and I can find everything what I have forgotten, like custom fields, list views, page layouts, again custom fields, page layouts, record types, custom field validation rules, and all the rest. So I can even add all of them. It's alright. And now maybe there will be new. No, okay. No further dependencies. Now you see we have a change set with 26 components, elements, and yeah, you can go to watch them just like that. Next, previous. Alright, status is open because we haven't uploaded that. Now this change set can be uploaded to the next org. For now, if we press this button, what we see, this organization is not configured so far to upload change sets anywhere. How it should be solved? It's just one-time configuration. If you are doing this on clean org, yeah, then you will face this. So you go here to deployment settings. And here you see now some configurations. For example, on this environment, I have two orgs, partial and production, and they are not configured so far. You can see the status of connection here. All right, then we go here. Yeah, allow inbound changes. For each sandbox, you can only allow inbound changes. So here, for example, save, but for now, it will be saved only that another org, production, or if I would have any other org, they can send change sets to me. But this is not enough for our purpose, so that's why let's go to production. This is production environment. And here, if we go to also to deployment settings, don't show it me again. Yep, and you see now there was one moment. You see now there was, come on. You see now there was green arrow like showing that from this org production tree deployment, we can now deliver to partial, but not back. You see, this is something what we will edit here. Allow inbound change sets. Alright, and now two sizes of the arrow. Everybody can upload everything. And here, if we return to our org, to our partial org, and now then open Outbound Change Sets, and yeah, already we can press upload, and we are choosing here the environment to which we upload the changes. For example, I want to send this change set to production, so I'm choosing this here, upload, and your upload is currently in progress. Currently, it would take a few minutes. On smaller environments, just I believe 2 or 3 minutes or something. Okay, very quickly here. And on bigger environments, for example, when I was working on one really big environment, it was taking like up to 10 minutes to send this change set, and especially it takes more time when we're talking about delivering some static resources that are really big, containing CSS, JS, Angular, and so on files like zip archive. This is really big, and this increases the time of sending the change set to production, to any org. And here now we go to inbound change sets, not outbound. So outbound was when we want to send out. Inbound is here. Okay, it's even here because exactly on this view also might take a few minutes that it's fully accepted. But yeah, here it was quick. And now we can do deploy. Now what we have here, let's, okay, one moment back. We can choose either validate or deploy. Deployment will deliver your changes to the org and all components will be changed, overwritten, without ability here to return it back. So if you haven't prepared backup, of course, but anyway, without this ability. If you are making validation, it will do the same, but without final changing the elements. It will just prove if your changes are relevant, if no tests are failing, and so on and so on. So yeah, and here, so generally on the view of both these buttons, everything will be the same. And when we are pressing this button, here we have this view, choosing test options. What does that mean? Here we choose on what level of tests, which level of tests we want to run on this environment. Let's go with this. So run top local tests. It will run all your custom tests in your org. So everything custom, not from packages. Yeah, not from packages, only custom. Then run all tests, including tests of managed packages. So now here, if you have several packages installed, then you will have all of them running. Sometimes it can be up to 1,000, of tests, so really not that needed. Normally we're running local tests, and run specified tests is a field where you can list your test via comma, and yeah, just if you want to execute only 1 or 2 or 3 tests that would definitely cover your changes, your classes, then yeah, it can be also done, like epics test 1, then epics test 2. For example, you provide it like this, list via comma, and they will be executed. And default option different for different environments. For all orgs except production, so for partial, for development, for all sandboxes, default level is no test execution. You can choose it, you will have only components validated, and that's it. No tests will be run. And for production, the default level is running local tests, always. So here, yeah, if you choose on production default or run local tests, it would be the same. If you choose on sandboxes default, it will be without tests. So, alright, let's go with that. Deploy and change set will override existing components. Yes, we definitely want that. Now when you confirm the deployment, you have here appeared a new section, like deployment started, and let's go to deployment status. Oh, that was very quick. Okay, so generally there will be, that was really very quick, just it happens never. So alright, but here you will have, when you open this deployment status, you will have on real-time progress the your deployment actually. So deployment components will run like green, 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 and becoming fully green, and then running Apex tests also. Here we didn't have any Apex tests, so nothing was run. Yeah, and if you have any errors, you will get here down a list of errors, and you will have to solve them by providing a new change set with errors fixed. This can be either components errors when you forgot something, or it can be errors like you are deleting some method and it's being used by another class somewhere, so you need to fix that. Or you're providing a field, for example, of new object, but forgot to include object. Yeah, so all this stuff will be written here and will prevent you from delivering your changes, because nobody wants production environment to be broken, or just any other environment to be broken. So yeah, and also what is important to know, when you are validating or deploying your package, you are blocking the environment. So no two change sets or packages can run at the same time. Only one can run. So if you are working on big projects and consider a big deployment, you should maybe discuss it with other people that you are going to block your environment. Normally, big deployments are taken up to an hour, but everything really depends on amount of test classes on your org, and generally classes. For example, if you have like 200, 300 of test classes, your deployment will take like 2.5 hours. It can be really a long process. And also another cool thing here, if we would go with validation and if it would pass, you would see here on validation another button like deploy quickly. If your validation is successful, then your package is available for deployment within 10 days, and you can just press one button and it will be quickly changed with your new changes. Alright, that was all about deployment, just the basic flow. Of course, there are plenty of concerns about that and some experience I want to share also, but in another video. Thank you for watching. Put thumbs up if this video was helpful for you, and see you in the next video.